Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Red Manx TV. I hope you guys are all staying safe and sound wherever you are. And in today's video, I'm previewing a game between Manchester United taking on Tottenham Hotspur this Sunday. So make sure you guys do smash a like, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, and make sure to leave your score predictions in the comments below. But one thing I wanted to clear up is that obviously there wasn't a Brighton preview. This is because obviously we faced them in the Premier League literally a couple of days ago, and I didn't want the preview to be a bit similar to that. I don't think you guys would have been interested in that also, so I thought it was beneficial for me not to upload that and have the Spurs preview out a bit earlier for you guys. So I hope you guys do appreciate that, and obviously let's get on to the preview. So guys, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer faces his first big test of the season as we do come up against Jose Mourinho Spurs, and to be honest, I'm really excited about this game, and I'm quite confident. I know I shouldn't be, because the way we're playing right now is not up to the standard I know we can play at, but when it's Spurs, I do feel very differently about it, because we always tend to get a positive result against them, and we always tend to turn up against Spurs, and obviously we haven't had a good start to the season. Obviously we're leaking goals right now, conceding 5 goals to Crystal Palace and Brighton is not good enough, and there's obviously warning signs there, and I expected the warning signs to be there because we haven't invested properly, and that's the reason we are struggling. I don't know why Ed Woodward can't see that, because we need a centre-back, because obviously we need a guy to replace Lindelof, and don't get me wrong, Lindelof he's been alright recently, but it's not a top defender we need alongside Harry Maguire. We needed a right winger, we haven't got one. Another bid has been rejected for Sancho, and it's just not good enough at this type of club. Everyone should be wanting to come to Manchester United, but it's not like that anymore, because the club has declined, and we are struggling to get in players now, and we are struggling to get results, and that shouldn't be at Manchester United. So if I'm a Tottenham fan, I'm feeling very confident going into this game, and confident of getting the 3 points. With the likes of Kane up front as well, you're bound to score some goals, but it's just that Manchester United need to turn up and we need to perform, and I'm quite glad this game has come when it has, because I do think we need a wake-up call, because I do think we underestimated, obviously, Crystal Palace and Brighton, and we probably thought we were going to push them over, but it's not like that in the Premier League. You have no easy games, and you've got to take every game seriously, and I think if we win against Spurs, and we get a good result against Spurs as well, a convincing win, then I think we can build from that and go on a little win streak, because I would be happy to do that. And hopefully, I say hopefully, the players do perform, because recently the players, they don't look fit. I don't blame them not looking fit, because they haven't had much of a pre-season, so it is going to look like this for probably a few more weeks. And obviously the day I'm filming this, we do take on Brighton in the Carabao Cup, so I hopefully see some players perform in that, and obviously that'll probably be some of the fringe players, but obviously, going into the game, I want to see a performance from Manchester United, a team performance as well, because against Brighton, it was probably one of the worst performances in a while I've seen from Manchester United, and that's saying something really. But obviously, I'll put my team lineup on the screen now. Going into the game, we David De Gea in net. On the left, Luke Shaw, Bailly and Maguire centre backs. On the right, Wan-Bissaka. In the middle, I'm going with Matic and Pogba, and ahead of him, Bruno Fernandes. And on the left, Marcus Rashford. On the right, Greenwood, and up front, Martial. So tell me what you guys think of the lineup down below. So guys, that's my team for the game. Tell me what you guys think down below. Obviously, I made a few questionable decisions with Bailly over Lindelof and Pogba getting ahead of Donny van de Beek. So tell me if you guys do agree with that and what you would change. But anyway, let's get on to Spurs and talk a little about Spurs, because they obviously haven't had a good start to the season either. Obviously, losing against Everton in the opening game of the season. Then they got a big result against Southampton, and then they drew against Newcastle. And to be fair, they probably did deserve to win against Newcastle, because they had the majority of possession. They had tons of shots, but in the 90th minute they got very unlucky with a very harsh penalty, in my opinion. Obviously it's a penalty in my books, because the new handball law, anything that touches your hand in the box is a penalty. But the thing with that, it's very inconsistent, because obviously in that Chelsea game where they played against West Brom and got that draw when they fought back to 3-3, I think Mason Mount or Havertz handballed it in the box for their third goal, and that wasn't even checked by VAR. So the thing with that, it needs to be consistent, or the handball rule needs to change, because it's not obvious what's a handball or not, and I think it's very harsh when handballs like that get given. But with the new law, it's a penalty, so I don't get how people are really complaining about that. Of course it's harsh, but it's a penalty in the new law. I don't like it. I don't like the new handball rule. Not many people do like it, but at the end of the day, it's what it is for this season, and I don't know if it can be changed, but I do hope it does, because a lot of unfair handballs are going to be given in this season. But Obviously, key players for Spurs, you got to have, of course, Harry Kane, the goal scorer himself. He's probably going to be up there for Golden Boot this season, and I do expect him to probably score a goal or two this game. It's going to be very, very hard to keep him out because he is very consistent when he does get on the pitch. But one key big decision in this game is that, obviously, Heung-min Son is not available for this game, so that can be very, very big for Manchester United. It can play in Manchester United's hands, which is very, very good. I'm so glad he is missing out, because his finishing is absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, they brought in Højbjerg from Southampton. I wasn't sure why they did that, because obviously I think there's many more quality midfielders out there. Obviously, someone who's really, really risen so far in this team is Ndombele. Obviously, he came in recently after Mourinho. It looked like they had a bit of a falling out, but then he was put back in the squad and he has been performing. He's a very, very skillful midfielder, and we have to watch out for him this game. He can be a game changer in that midfield. That's why I said whoever wins the midfield battle in this game will win the game, because I think the midfield does decide it. But obviously, we'll have to see going into the game. I mean, as I said, I'm very confident going into this one against Spurs. I think we need to bounce back and we need to show a good performance in this game, and hopefully we do so. My score predictions going into it, I'm going to go with... it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be end-to-end in my opinion. I think there will be goals in this for both sides, but I'm going 2-1 Manchester United. I'm going for a positive result yet again against Spurs, but going into this game, we need to attack Spurs, because obviously their defence isn't the best in my opinion. Obviously, they brought in Doherty as well. He's a very, very solid right back as well. But so I have to watch out for him going down the wings. But obviously, Eric Dyer is now being played at centre back. So I think the likes of Martial and Rashford can get at him with their pace, because I do think we are very, very fast on the attack and can create problems for defences. So I think the likes of Greenwood, Martial and Rashford will be a handful for the Tottenham defence, as we always are. But hopefully we can get the win in this game. I think Spurs will be up for it, but I do think they'll be tired as well, considering they have 4 fixtures in 1 week. But it's a must. We have to perform well going into this game. We have to show we have changed, and we have to have a team performance in this game. So make sure you guys do leave a like, make sure you guys do subscribe to Red Manx TV, share the video, and make sure to leave your score predictions, and I'll be there with an instant match reaction after the game.